Have you ever used the pattern fills in Photoshop? If you have, I think they're amazing. Really super wonderful features. However, you can edit them. Doesn't have to stay the same as you get with Photoshop. So to run them, simply go to Edit menu and Fill, and then you'll end up with this panel. I'll just go right back to the start and you can see the end result there. So Edit and Fill, and you can see Pattern, and then you've got here, select the pattern, go for a script. And this one I've created a random fill division, it's called. Now I've got a random fill rotation, but this one, random fill division. I will now show you how to create this. And what it does, if I click OK, comes up with this, and gives the option for division there. And it simply, if you go to here and you go to say 3, you get a triangular effect. Go to 4, you get a square effect. Go to 5, hexagon, pentagon, octagon, obviously with 8, and so on, and you can push it up to 64, whatever. So you get a very nice random image. And of course you apply it just as before and you can see the end result there. However, let's just go to the script. Now go to the Finder or the Explorer on PC. And what you can do, go to Program Files, obviously on the PC, down to Adobe Photoshop 2021 or 2020, whatever version you're using, and then to the preset section, and then down to Deco. Likewise on here, this one's the Applications folder, Adobe Photoshop 2021 or whatever, and then presets, and then down to the Deco section. Art Deco, I assume that's what it's called. I call it Deco, I don't know. However, what you need to do, I would suggest make a backup of all your files. That's probably a good start, because if you corrupt something, you will lose the random fill. Make a duplicate at least of this file. And that's what you need to do. Make a duplicate of this thing. Just go right click and just create a new one, duplicate. So I've got this one here, a random fill division. Use Notepad on PC, on the Mac, TextPad, whatever you've got, whatever text editing tool you've got. So right click there, open with, and I've got text edit. That's my default one. Now you need to set up a few things. Very, very subtle. This is a bit of JavaScript, but it's very subtle changes. You should be able to make it very easy. If you've never done in JavaScript, it's still very easy to edit this. So I'm just going to quickly format it so you can just see, make it a bit bigger. So bigger, format, font, and bigger. Just makes it slightly bigger so you can see it on the screen. You've got these model parameters, and I've got here, obviously, these are all ones that come with Photoshop, all these ones, density, max distance from path, color randomness, all the sort of things you expect from that fill command. However, what I've added, see, every one of them has got comma after it. So brightness, randomness, 0.1, comma. The last one doesn't need a comma. That's the end of the run. However, division 1, now I've just created that one, division 1, and I've just put colon 4, comma. 4 being for the square design. That's a default. And that's just to set it up. Now don't use division. For some weird reason, division it doesn't like. So I've gone for division 1. Division I assume is a keyword or something because it failed on me when I used division. Then just go down to the first bit where you find, and it's just down here, parameters. This is the if statement. That's why you need that. Still got that checkbox there for the apply rotation. And I've set up a variable, division _1 equals parameters dot division 1, and that's a key thing. That's just putting it into a variable. Again, sometimes it doesn't like it if you just use it in the raw, so just put it into a variable and just set that division _1, and you've got that parameters dot division 1. And then just simply change the code. In the code it's actually got, I think it's 30, it says 30 there. We'll change that. Change it to division _1. Now you have to be careful to make certain that division _1 never goes to 0. That's a key thing, because obviously 360 divided by 0 is not going to be a good number. However, times, and again you've got the 30 at the end, change that to division _1. So now what you've still got the same API there, rotate, just using the rotate command. And then down. So that does the rotate, and then what I'm also going to do, down here, there's another time where it does it. So here it is again. Simply again, where that 360, put divide by division _1. Obviously set up a variable for it. Equals parameters dot division 1. And likewise at the end, times division underscore 1. So you've got all that. And again, that's replacing the 30 that's at the currently. Now, what you need to set up the actual menu. It's called menu for some weird reason. I don't know why. But it's a panel. As far as I'm concerned, it's the panel. Basically, the panel that pops up gives you all the ability to type stuff in. Well, called a deco menu. For some weird reason, that's obviously what they call it. And it's got the background colour, background, etc. panels. Now, what you need to do is set up an entry for that field. And I've just put it just below the rotate. Don't have to, it can be anywhere. So it's just a simple one there. I would suggest just copy one of the other ones, something like the density at the top, just copy and paste it down below. However, you need to change a few minor things here. Now, I've got here random division equals division code. It doesn't need to be division 1 or anything. That doesn't seem to matter. That just gives it the actual label. That's all you're setting up there. That's the label. So that's division. That could be anything. So you could put division something, something, something. Doesn't matter. Item unit, you just put, because it's not in the units, it's just a division. Just put, obviously, quotes. Just single quote. And then a comma. Obviously, does that follow exactly the same format as this one up the top? That's the easiest way. So you've got that. And now, where is it again? There it is. You've got here slider. Now, obviously, the other one says checkbox. That's for the apply rotation. I want a slider. And item value. And then make certain the item value is model parameters, because that's what they use, model parameters all the way through, dot division 1. That's what I've called it right at the top. It's called division 1. So set that. Item min. I would suggest 1 or 2. Maybe you might set it to 2, doesn't matter. 2 is just as reasonable. Item max, you could go for 60. Maybe you go for 120, doesn't matter. Maybe you go for 30. That was the default before. Item step, and I've put 1. So again, they're all follow exactly the same format, comma, 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 all that way. And var name, division 1. You have to put the division, the actual name of it again. So division 1 there. And that's it. That's all you need to do. Once you've got it all, that will add it to the panel. So now, come out of that, and you can work on it as you've got Photoshop open. You don't need to restart or anything like that. You can work on it, so if you make a mistake, it will just display an error. That's all it will do. It shouldn't do anything else, unless you do something very weird. But if I say divide by 0, avoid the divide by 0. So make certain you put the range to be like 2 to 60, not 0. Because if you go for 0, it's going to probably fall over. Unless it handles it well. But I don't think it does. So now what you do, edit, and then go to fill. Again, you'll see the name of the file you created. Random fill division. You could call it anything. It doesn't have to be called that. Random fill division. Now you don't want to call it 2, because you can see what happens. It will probably be cut off. So if you call it a very long name, it'll be cut off. So random fill division obviously needs a little pattern there, and the script to be on, and then click OK. And then you can see the panel coming, and then you've got your division field there. And I've called it division, but it could be anything. Could be maximum division or something else. Doesn't matter. And you can just change it. So I've got 51, and you can see as I change it, it randomizes it, but it only randomizes it to squares, whatever. If you go for 4, for 3, it does it to a triangle. Now, it doesn't do it division by spatial, in a sense. It's not breaking it down, so there's no division, so it's not creating a grid. However, I'm going to work on that. So technically you should be able to do that, because you should be able to say, look, random spacing, but just instead of random spacing, just do it by division. So you make certain it's in that row, 1 row, 2 rows, 3 rows. So you could make a 3, 4, 5, 10 rows, 10 columns. That's the next step. Haven't done it yet, but I'll probably be working on that shortly so I can create a nice grid of these designs. And likewise, here's the division thing, and also color randomness, etc. Click OK, and you've got the design appears there. Preview never matches the end result. It never matches it normally. Virtually the only, well, I think symmetry is about the only one that ever seems to match. So preview, it always seems to be very different. My view, maybe other people have more success, but I always find it doesn't match. So that's it. Hope you found this of interest. Like I say, I will continue to work on some other variations of that over the next couple of weeks, and I'll put them up on the YouTube. A dislike or like, always appreciated. Any comments, please put below, always great. Anything that I've done wrong, anything maybe I need to explain more, please put in the comments, because perfectly happy to add some code there, type out a bit of things if you can't work out exactly what I'm doing. Thank you much.